All right, I'm here today to talk to you about the negative effects of social media use. Did you know that researchers have found a link between low life satisfaction and high use of social media amongst teens? During this presentation, I am going to cover the negative side effects of social media and why anyone who uses social media should be mindful of their usage. I think we've all seen people who are addicted to social media. We all know that one friend who always seems happy when they post stuff online, but they're actually pretty miserable. If we can educate people on the negative side effects of social media, we can improve their mental health. Reducing the number of hours spent daily, weekly, or even monthly can greatly improve a person's mental health. Social media tends to lessen the positive interactions and accentuate the negative ones. This means a lot of times social media can cause a lot of negative emotions. People like to tell themselves that the interactions they are having online feel just as real as the ones that they are having in person, but that's not the case. A study published by the Journal of Abnormal Child Psychology stated the following. Our exploratory analysis of specific responses indicate that compared to in-person interactions, negative peer interactions on social media were only as were only associated with sadness during the interaction. However, positive peer interactions in person were associated with both more happiness and excitement during the interaction. So, when someone has an interaction online, they're going to feel the negative emotions much more than the positive ones. A child being bullied online, for instance, is going to feel those feelings much harder than any sort of positive reinforcement they might get. People are going to have to change their social media habits to be more fulfilled. Researchers in Turkey had this to say about social media habits and addictions to it. As a result, it is understood that social media addiction, which may result in physical, mental, and social health, was influenced by personality traits such as self esteem, education, and satisfaction with life. For this reason, controlled and responsible social media use is essential to both individual and public health. Social media users need to be aware of the negative habits they can form from using social media. Users need to limit their use and find alternate ways to spend their time, such as having genuine interactions with the people around them or finding things that aren't virtual and don't involve using their phones. Companies can also change their apps to help their users. They can put warning systems in for time usage. They can limit the amount of time a person spends on an app. And they can educate people about the negative side effects of overuse with those apps. Think of a world where everyone you pass isn't looking at their phones and doom scrolling through Instagram. A world where people interact when they pass each other. A world where you don't have to check how many likes you have, how many comments you have, how many whatevers you have. It's all meaningless and it won't have an effect on your mental health. I'd like to quote another study. This one was done in China. Exposure to social media related overload can result in corresponding physical or psychological strain. So, the more that people are aware that social media causes the strain, the more they can do to avoid the strain to begin with. In conclusion, at the end of the day, I don't want people to think that social media is the worst thing ever. It's done a lot of good for us, but I do want people to be aware that it can be harmful if you use it too much. You've only got one life to live, so why would you want to use it comparing yourself to random people that you don't even know online? If people can limit their time online and focus on real interactions instead, they might find that at the end of the day, they'll be much happier. Thank you and have a great day.